The road to the finals. 2025 NBA playoffs update. We're talking playoffs, baby. The 2025 NBA playoffs are heating up, and let me tell you, it's been a roller coaster ride. We got upsets, we got nail biters, we got superstars showing out, everything you could ask for. Right now, the race for the championship is wide open. Several teams are still battling it out in the second round, and it's anyone's game. So let's break down each contender, their strengths, their weaknesses, and their chances of winning it all. Because believe me, this is going to be one for the ages. Alright, let's talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers. They came into the playoffs as the top seed in the East, and rightfully so. Donovan Mitchell has been ballin', Darius Garland is a walking bucket, and Jarrett Allen is a monster down low. But then, they dropped those first two games against the Pacers. Can you believe that? The Pacers, who squeaked into the playoffs. It was an absolute head-scratcher. Now they bounced back with a dominant Game 3 win, and you gotta give them credit for that. They showed resilience, they showed depth, they showed they're not gonna go down without a fight. But the question remains, can they maintain that momentum? Can they overcome this Pacers team that's playing with nothing to lose? Look, the Cavaliers have the talent, they have the experience, they have the coaching, but they gotta put it all together, and they gotta do it now. Because the Pacers smell blood in the water, and they're not gonna let up. This series is far from over, folks, far from over. Let's talk about these Indiana Pacers, man. Nobody, and I mean nobody, had them pegged to make any noise in the playoffs. But here they are, up 2-1 on the top-seeded Cavaliers. Tyrese Halliburton, my goodness, this kid is special. He's controlling the pace, he's finding his teammates, he's hitting big shots, he's the engine that makes this Pacers team go. And they're playing with so much confidence right now. They're not afraid of the moment, they're not afraid of the big stage. They're playing loose, they're playing free, and they're playing together. They've already stolen home court advantage, and now they're looking to close out this series. Can they do it? Look, it's gonna be tough. The Cavaliers are gonna come out with a sense of urgency. They're gonna make adjustments. But the Pacers have shown they can compete with anyone in this league. They've got the talent, they've got the heart, and they've got the momentum. Don't sleep on this Pacers team, folks. They're for real. Alright, let's talk about the defending Eastern Conference champs, the Boston Celtics. They're down 2-1 to the Knicks right now, and let me tell you, this is not the position they wanted to be in. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they're two of the best players in the league, no doubt about it. But they haven't been at their best in this series. They're forcing shots, they're turning the ball over, and they're not getting the calls they're used to. Now, they did just explode for 23-pointers in Game 3, so, you know they're capable of turning things around. But the Knicks are playing some tough, gritty defense, and they're making life difficult for the Celtics. The Celtics have the experience, they have the championship pedigree, but they gotta dig deep right now. They gotta find a way to get Tatum and Brown going, they gotta take care of the ball, and they gotta match the Knicks' intensity. This is a must-win game for the Celtics coming up. If they lose Game 4, they're gonna be staring down the barrel of elimination. This is where champions are made, folks. Can the Celtics rise to the occasion? Chapter 4. The New York Knicks. Let me tell you something, folks, this Knicks team is fun to watch. They're playing with so much heart, so much hustle, so much passion. They're bringing back memories of the 90s Knicks, baby. Jalen Brunson has been absolutely sensational. He's playing like a true leader, making big shots, setting up his teammates, and controlling the game. And the rest of the team is feeding off his energy. They're playing suffocating defense, they're crashing the boards, they're diving for loose balls. They're doing all the little things that win basketball games. Now they're up 2-1 on the Celtics, and they're 2 wins away from the Eastern Conference Finals. Can you believe it? This city is buzzing, and rightfully so. The Knicks have a chance to do something special here. They're playing with house money right now. They're playing with no pressure. They're just going out there and having fun. And when this team is having fun, they're dangerous. Chapter 5. Alright, let's talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder. They came into the playoffs as the title favorites, and for good reason. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a bona fide superstar, Josh Giddey is a triple-double machine, and Chet Holmgren is a defensive anchor. But they're down 2-1 to the Nuggets right now, and they're facing their first real adversity of the playoffs. The Nuggets are a veteran team, they've been there before, and they're not afraid of the moment. Now the Thunder are still the more talented team on paper, there's no doubt about it. But talent alone doesn't win championships. They need to play with more poise, they need to execute down the stretch, and they need to find a way to slow down Nikola Jokic. This is a young team, and they're still learning how to win in the playoffs. But they got a taste of success last year, and they're hungry for more. They have all the pieces in place, they just need to put it all together. The Thunder are too talented to count out. They're still the favorites to come out of the West, but they need to start playing like it. The Nuggets aren't going to roll over, so the Thunder need to come out swinging in Game 4. Chapter 6. Denver. Can the champs repeat? The Denver Nuggets, the defending champs, are proving they're not going down without a fight. They're up 2-1 on the Thunder, and they're looking to make another deep playoff run. Nikola Jokic, what more can you say about this guy? He's a two-time MVP for a reason. He's dominating the paint, he's finding his teammates, he's making every shot imaginable. He's a walking mismatch nightmare for the Thunder. And with Jamal Murray back in the lineup, the Nuggets have their closer back. When Murray is healthy, this team is incredibly difficult to beat. He provides the scoring punch they need to compete with anyone in the league. Now they're facing a tough challenge in the Thunder, but they've been here before. They know what it takes to win in the playoffs, and they're not afraid of the pressure. They're a veteran team, they're well coached, and they're playing with a chip on their shoulder. Don't underestimate the heart of a champion. The Nuggets are proving they're not done yet. They're still a force to be reckoned with, and they're a legitimate threat to repeat as champions. Chapter 7. Minnesota, the dark horse emerges. Let's go to Minnesota, baby. The Timberwolves are quietly putting together a special playoff run. They're up 2-1 on the Warriors, and they're looking like a legitimate threat to come out of the West. Anthony Edwards, this kid is a star in the making. He's explosive, he's fearless, and he's capable of taking over a game at any moment. He's the type of player who can carry a team to a championship. And with Rudy Gobert patrolling the paint, the Timberwolves have the best defensive duo in the league. Gobert is a shot-blocking machine, and he's making life miserable for the Warriors' scorers. Karl Anthony Towns has been a bit inconsistent, but when he's on, he's one of the most versatile offensive players in the league. He can score from anywhere on the court, and he's a matchup nightmare for opposing big men. The Timberwolves are a young, hungry team, and they're playing with a lot of confidence right now. They're not afraid of the moment, and they're not intimidated by anyone. They're a team to watch out for, folks. Chapter 8. Golden State. Can the dynasty survive without Curry? The Golden State Warriors, the dynasty that seemed like it would never end, is on the ropes. They're down 2-1 to the Timberwolves, and they're facing an uphill battle without their leader, Steph Curry. Curry's absence has been a killer for the Warriors. He's the engine that makes their offense go, and without him, they've looked lost at times. Klay Thompson and Draymond Green are doing their best to keep the ship afloat, but it's a lot to ask. Thompson is still capable of getting hot and carrying the scoring load, but he can't do it alone. Green is still the heart and soul of the team, but he can't create his own shot like Curry can. The Warriors' championship window is closing, and this could be the end of an era. They're running out of time, and they need a miracle to turn this series around. If Curry can come back and play at a high level, the Warriors will have a chance. But if he's not 100%, this could be the end of the road for the dynasty. Outro: who will be crowned champion? So, there you have it, folks. The 2025 NBA playoffs are shaping up to be an instant classic. We've got upsets, we've got close games, and we've got some of the best players in the world going head-to-head. The Oklahoma City Thunder might still be the favorites on paper, but the Denver Nuggets, the Boston Celtics, and the New York Knicks are all right there with them. And don't sleep on the Indiana Pacers and the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are proving that anything is possible in the playoffs. This is why we love the NBA, folks. It's unpredictable, it's exciting, and it's never over until the final buzzer sounds. So buckle up, because we're in for a wild finish. Who do you think will be crowned champion? Let me know in the comments below.